Welcome back. It is the second episode of Stories from the Pink Bus. My name is Carly.
And I'm Heather.
And it's been quite a week.
Yeah.
We recorded this first podcast last week, and now we're in our second episode. It is now Tuesday, November 19th, and man, a lot's happened. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about what we did.
Well, after we recorded our first episode, we were leaving, and we were going to go on a little date night adventure. And before we even get off the property, there was a stray Chihuahua, and so we stopped and we helped him.
Yeah, he was a little guy.
Yeah.
He was super cute.
He had fleas, so we had to get him cleaned up because we're like, okay, we have to keep him warm for the night and then figure this out tomorrow because it was a Sunday evening.
And it was getting down to like 44 or something like that.
It's too cold, and little dogs shouldn't just be out there running around. I mean, any dogs really, but
Definitely a little guy.
especially little dogs.
So, yeah, it was wild. So our date night was kind of derailed, but if you know us in real life, you know that was perfectly fine.
We had to do.
It was what we had to do, exactly.
It was no.
We took care of it, man. It was great. We gave him a nice bath. I have never met a dog as chill as that guy, though. I stand by that.
He didn't make a peep during the whole bath.
No.
And we had to do it like outside in the dark with flashlights. And...
Yeah, it gets dark around here like 5 o'clock now, so it was, and it got cold, and poor guy, we were out there. But yeah, washed him up, got him all cleaned up. He was not in good shape as far as that condition goes, but he had been somebody's pet. He wasn't emaciated or anything like that. So
a collar, but no tags.
So yeah, we took him to the Humane Society. It's a no-kill shelter here in Eureka Springs, and they were glad to take him in and find his home. But
it's a whole adventure, though, even before that, because we don't have flea shampoo on hand.
Oh, yeah.
And the closest place to get it was Walmart, which is like 40 minutes from here through the mountains.
Yeah. So
the Ozarks.
He was a trooper. We put him in the backpack of the car and
brought him on the ride.
Yeah.
We got back. It was dark, and so we gave him a bath outside so he could come inside for the night, and he did so great. He didn't make a peep.
No.
Not one whine, not one bark.
Not like Jazz is doing right now.
Jazz is communicating with the other dog outside.
Jazz is a great communicator.
She'd be communicating.
She's a great one. Yeah, so we didn't get to go on our date night. I hope that does get rescheduled.
I hope we can put a picture of him up here. He was a sweet guy. Maybe we can show like when we found him picture versus the next day when he was feeling better and more comfortable and wasn't being bitten by fleas, etc.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Speaking of Jazz, this is Jazz. She's our little baby Chihuahua.
She's one of them.
She just likes to communicate. Sometimes she just needs a little love.
Always definitely have a special place in our heart. But any stray dog, like if we can possibly help, obviously we would do that.
Yeah, I was surprised we were able to capture it and get it going. But
it took him a minute because he was a little skittish.
But we're dog people, obviously, so
we were a little persistent. But it took like 5 minutes after we got him.
Honestly, it was like the easiest thing I've ever done. But
stop.
I mean, our dogs were a little bit hesitant, but
they got along well.
Yeah, it was a good ending. They took him in.
A good home.
Yeah, me too.
He was a really sweet guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, they loved him. The guy that I handed him off to at the Humane Society was like, I don't know, Chihuahuas can be, your typical Chihuahua.
He was like 14 pounds. Ours ranged from like 5 pounds to
a meaty sack, 11 pounds. No, but he like laid his head right on the guy's shoulder, and the guy just like instantly melted. And I felt that same way. I was like, man, but we really do not have the space for another dog.
I contemplated keeping him for a time, and I was like, well, let's start reaching out to the local shelters and trying to find his home, and like let that be the priority here. And if he needs us to take him in, we can be open to that. But I was like, that's really not. We have our hands full. Traveling with 3 dogs is already sometimes hard.
Yeah.
And not all dogs take to traveling well, and
exactly,
etc. And also, like, my priority was really finding his home if possible. But
yeah, because he had a collar. He was somebody's dog, so
his teeth were very clean. Somebody was taking care of him.
Oh, absolutely. So I was glad that we saved him from another evening of unknown.
To a safe space where he's being cared for, and it was nice. We didn't have to take on that responsibility. We were open to doing that. He was a very good dog. He was a very good dog.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That just
for
doesn't
sure.
mean that we needed to have a
No.
dog.
But he was cute.
It's hard. And they're so cute and sweet.
So sweet too. So that's been kind of what we're up to this week. You got a tattoo.
Yeah, I had a tattoo day session.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That sucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, everyone is different, but it was on my leg. That hurt so much more than any I've had on my arms. It hurt so bad. It was awful. It's halfway done.
It didn't look like it was.
It's beautiful and I love it and she's amazing.
Oh, for sure.
I found her. Like, what a find. And like,
incredible artist.
I've never been more comfortable at a tattoo shop, just in general.
Yeah, that's something that I was really just blown away by. You know,
yeah,
you and I both have spent many hours in various tattoo shops across the country, and I think that's what a part of like I like traveling is to be able to go to different artists and such. Unfortunately, there's just been such a stigma around tattoo shops that just aren't always as welcoming for women and aren't always, you know,
just in general.
Yeah, it's just not like a place that you always want to hang out at. And so, I don't know. Immediately when we walked in, I was like, wow, this is different. And the vibe was just right and felt welcomed.
It's very open and clean and bright and like, I don't want to say overly happy, but in generally happy, but not like in your face.
Yeah.
Annoying.
I don't know. I just got the vibe from the people though that were there were just like, it was just chill, you know?
Everyone was great.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm a happy camper there. I'm glad that we found her and we're able to book with her and get things going. So, yeah, you got your tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finish it up here. Yeah, we'll finish it up in a few months. But and then we're looking. Yeah, it is big. Ooh. We'll include a picture here too of that.
It's the whole front of my calf of my shin.
And it's like from knee
a little bit,
knee to ankle.
Knee is no joke.
Ooh. I felt so bad.
The knee tattooed anybody? Ouchies.
I have my knee tattoo.
Ouchies.
Yeah, well, not fun.
Yeah, you have a whole
I
like knee sleeve.
Yeah. Well, that too, she had me bend it.
Ouch.
So you didn't have to like bend yours too much. So when I stopped bending my knee for 5 hours, it was like, I can't extend my knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not recommended. Hence why I don't have the other knee done.
Yeah, that one looks good.
Goodness. Yeah. So, like I said, it's Tuesday, November 19th. So tomorrow I have another appointment to finish out my sleeve, and then we're going to hit the road. This time next week,
It was a bare arm when we got here.
Oh, yeah. Bare.
And now she's gone through 2 sessions, and she has 2 more.
So we're going to finish up the flower up top.
On there.
So these are peony flowers and then waves. So traditionally, in like a Japanese tattoo culture, peonies signify beauty and strength, and then the waves are just resiliency and flexibility. And so I think both of those things have always encompassed the way that I like to live life. And you know, I try to look at the beauty in the world, almost to a detriment to myself. And then, yeah, I really do feel like life ebbs and flows, and you need to, you know, be flexible and move forward. And so it's a constant reminder to myself. And of course, these things are beautiful things, and so I'm honored to wear her art on my sleeve, literally.
That was on. It was an amazing.
Yeah, she spent hours just getting it right and drawing it, because you can't do that with someone you don't know. You can't just draw up a stencil and just put it on. Not with this. So yeah, it was really, really neat. I was proud to sit through that and be able to.
Yeah, she was a trooper. 2 days in a row. That's awful. That's terrible.
The first day wasn't as long just because we had been drawing for so long, so it wasn't too painful as far as the time. But the second day was like 7 hours. That's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. It's painful, but I kept telling myself that, pain is temporary, beauty's forever. And
that was her mantra.
It is my mantra.
Telling herself.
I sit here and I stand by that, because it was only actually painful, obviously when she's running the lines, once she took the needle out of your skin, it's not that bad. Oh, that's not that bad. So last time we talked to you, and if you watched the previous episode, I was peeling like crazy, but now today feels like the most normal my arm has been in a few weeks, and so
you're becoming one.
Yeah, that's the sign you have to go get tattooed again once it like.
That's how you know.
That's how you know. Well, it is what it is. So.
Well, mine was a little different. I was supposed to do 2 days in a row, and that didn't happen.
That's okay. It's okay though. Again, flexibility.
My whole experience was just different. It was a different situation for me. Mine was a stencil that went right on, and she got it perfect the first time, and then you just get started. So it was like 6 hours of tattooing for me the first day.
Yeah.
My only day. But, and that was great. She got probably 55% done at least.
That was
great. And it's like.
More than that, really. But yeah.
It was painful. Like, normally, like, they're not that bad. And I've sat for, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours before. I have.
Yeah, you have.
But, dude, and I would sit like a rock. Like, it was nothing. Like, barely sting. Like, when they get to the inside of your arm, it can sting more. And it's like, okay, whatever.
Right.
No.
Your legs are different. It's a different ballgame.
It hurt. Yeah. Drop in the comments what was your most painful tattoo experience. Because mine's been my leg. It's going to be worth it, though. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. It's already great.
My ribs were the most painful at this point.
That was your very first?
My very first tattoo.
And it's words on your ribs.
It's words, and it's a someday I'll fly, someday I'll soar. # John Mayer. But I got that first tattoo, but the guy was like so rude to me that it goes back to like, again, like the stigma around tattoo shops. The guy was just like, I've never sat anybody in my chair that didn't just jump out of this chair. And he just talked so down condescendingly to me. And if you've ever met me, it's like, you tell me that I can't do it, I'm going to sit there and do it. And
do it even harder.
I'm going to do it so hard. And so, yeah, I got that tattoo and I didn't move a freaking muscle because he told me I couldn't. That was the wrong thing to say to me. Or maybe it was. Maybe he was just trying to get, I guess, my psyche about it. But yeah, I wouldn't.
You had something to prove.
I did. I totally did.
And you didn't.
Young.
I wasn't there for this one.
No, my mom was there for that one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
She even tried to talk me out of it, I think, too. Tried to move it to, like, my shoulder blade or something like that. And I was like, no, this is where I want it. I did it. I didn't move.
You're a tough girl.
Yeah, he had some stuff to say afterwards, and I just bit my tongue. Yeah, it is what it is.
You did.
I'm a tough girl.
You did.
But, yeah. So we're going to finish out our tattoos here and head back to is this still considered the Midwest? We're still in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, you're right.
I would say.
Well, we're going to head further east back to...
Like, it's Arkansas, but it's very northern Arkansas.
Yeah.
Near Missouri. And I would say Missouri, Kansas, those are all Midwest. It's hard to know because some people are called, like, Minnesota Midwest. It's like Indiana's Midwest.
Michigan's Midwest, too.
It's like, are they? They're very north. I don't know. It's an interesting term, if you think about it.
I don't know. I really didn't think I was going to think about this until just now as it come out of my mouth. So, I don't know. Anyways, we're going to be heading back to Kentucky eventually, but we've got plans for the first time in a long time. We've got Thanksgiving Day plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Where are we going?
We'll be at... You put this on me. On Route 51 Company. That's where Carly will be playing music the night before Thanksgiving. And those are the fine folks that they're so kind. And they let us park our bus right at their establishment. And we're going to spend Thanksgiving with them, it sounds like. And
some other musicians that perform there and
have a great time.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, they have honestly been so kind and so generous to us that it's amazing the people that you meet across the country and on our journeys that have just been so great, you know? It's been
making our own family along the way, really.
Yeah, our chosen family.
Which is why we like to do the podcast. We're like, well, we have all these friends everywhere now, or, you know.
Exactly.
We gotta stay connected.
That's the easiest way. I was really excited to see some of the people who were reacting to the posts of the first podcast that we dropped.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning. And so just getting to see the people who are already interacting with it. And it's like, yeah, I'm glad because we may not have the opportunity to like actually chat it up and talk, but like I want to still remain constant in their lives and vice versa, you know.
we get caught up in our own stuff, and I think we can all be guilty of this, but we get really caught up in our own stuff, and we're not always good at checking in, especially with every single person that we should probably, check in with. And this just seems like a good way that if they want to stay connected with us, this helps.
Yeah.
Until we see them again.
It's like a big group message.
Yeah.
But I love
your comments and questions in the comments so that we can answer them and engage with you, and you can learn the things that are important to you. And sometimes we forget to share certain things about ourselves. I don't know.
Because I think I forget like what I've told to people. We meet so many people and like what people do and what people don't know. And then I'm shocked when they don't know something. I'm like, I thought I told you this. Like
I thought everybody knew
I thought this was common knowledge. So it's nice to kind of just like take a seat and like, talk about things candidly and like, not have any expectations for what people do or know.
Playing music when these people are around.
Yes.
Some of them.
Yes. And it's another opportunity for me to like enjoy their company, even if it's through a screen, oddly enough, because I don't get that opportunity when I'm on stage.
I mean, social media has a lot of double-edged swords, but it is great for staying in touch and communicating more than I think we did before.
Right. For sure. It's easy to like you said, get lost in your own world and get lost in the sauce.
Stay ahead of things, like while still living in the moment, not getting too far ahead of ourselves. We have to really stay on top of things. Like,
yes,
tentatively you're supposed to play South by Southwest in Austin, Texas in March.
Yep.
And we have to already be thinking about that because where are we going to stay? We're going to take the bus. Where's the bus going to be? Where?
Right.
And I had found a place and it got booked up really quickly.
I know. I'm super bummed on that. But we're figuring it out. And I mean, we
just have to stay on top of things. And like, Kaylee's already booking her summer tour.
Yeah, that's exciting.
For what, 7 months, 8 months from now? Like, yeah. So.
And that it poses a bunch of different issues when you're trying to stay present and like be in the now and in today. Because that's one of my biggest faults is that I like look so far ahead and I will work towards all of these things. And like, it's great to work towards your goals, but that also like, if you don't appreciate the time that you're in them and like in the workup of it, like you honestly forget it. Like
it's important to me. I know that we just like worry about ourselves and, take care of our own needs and just, so that we're never asking for anything. That's a complex that I have. Like we won't be asking for any favors if they're not absolutely necessary. So we just like take care of ourselves, and sometimes time just flies, and then
right.
You haven't checked in with somebody that you care about. With lots of people that I care about that I don't check in with regularly.
Right.
So
because life is life.
I'm hopeful that this can help keep us connected, and maybe if you reach out to me, I'm inclined to answer. I just don't always think about the reaching out part. So
right.
Apologies to my pals.
Right. Exactly. That's an interesting way to think about it. It's everybody has their own lives and their own things that go on. And
people with kids, it's like I know we don't have kids, but we have dogs and we have a different lifestyle, and
that requires a lot more of our attention, just as they would, say with their life and their children.
It's just a little different, and that's fine. Yeah. It's just time consuming in ways.
Yeah. I'm excited for the holidays to come up, though, because that's usually a time where we do make time to see our friends in that respect. And so it's nice to see all of them and all of the kids that they've brought into this world. And they're growing fast. Oh, I know all the boys.
Oh, boys.
Boys, 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 boys.
Like 6 boys.
Except my cousin just had a girl.
Yeah.
That's like the first girl.
That's true.
And so long.
She's adorable.
Yeah. She's a sweet little one. Maybe I'll get the chance to meet her too. So
that would be nice.
And it's nice. Yeah, maybe. It's just been nice to be able to watch them grow up. That's definitely a pro about social media, to like be able to have that opportunity. But yeah, so we're gonna go to Illinois, just north of Carbondale, Illinois, and Elkville for Thanksgiving. And then we make our way back to just south of Cincinnati. We're going to Dry Ridge, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So I start my job in northern Kentucky as a radiation therapist. I'm coming to a clinic that I have been to before, so I'm really excited to come back and hang out with my pals. being that I work in.
I love Carly, of course. They are obsessed with you.
I love them too.
Try to get you to stay forever, and it hasn't worked yet.
They throw the sauce on thick. They do, but they're really cool people, and it's nice to go into a department that I'm familiar with. So
right.
I don't have to like feel weird about things. Like I know how it goes.
Well, it's like you've learned enough along the way that all the clinics that need this kind of help are going to be an obstacle. They're going to have, they're burnt out and there are struggles, and it's not going to be easy. And it's not an easy field to work in, cancer care.
No.
It can really take a lot out of you. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. This way, going back to the same clinic, I know the hierarchy. I know how things function.
Right, that.
I know where to fall into place and how to make things work. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun, and I can't wait to see some of my pals. And for 3 months, he'll be there working. And so it'll allow me to use the other side of my brain. A lot of the times I talk to folks at shows, and they're like gobsmacked that I do healthcare. Like, why? But I really do think that you are able to utilize, both sides of your brain there. I get to,
just have balance in like a lot of different ways.
Yeah, we talked about it last episode of just having balance in life and, having that realization by working in cancer care that life is short and life is precious. And so, we're going out there and doing the things while we can, and we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So I'm really proud of the way that we manage that, and part of it's just because we are such great super planners, and we can plan so far ahead and, work these things into our schedule. And living on the road like this has been a unique way to make all of those things happen, So 3 months there, and we'll see what kind of shenanigans we get into after that. You've got quite a few classes. We talked a bit about all of your Baker Hunt classes, so it'll be nice to be in a place for 3 months to just kind of settle.
We know that we like it there, so it's nice to go back temporarily.
Yeah, being that we spend the summers predominantly up in the Northwoods where there's like very little shopping. We're excited to be close to a metropolis of shops. My wallet's not going to be too happy, but I'm just joking. It's really me. I always say that, and it may sound like I have, I'm pointing it off or shrugging it to you, but it's really me who has the spending issue.
The expensive.
Yeah, I know. It's the expensive things that I'm
fine.
You
deserve all the things.
I know. I'll gear out for just a second. I just bought a Quad Cortex guitar pedal, and I'm super excited. To go along with my restored 70s era Gibson Les Paul. So I'm working on a whole new set of music that I can incorporate into my live shows for next summer. Yeah. So it's going to be fun.
Growing.
Yeah. I think that's a beautiful way to say it. You always got to grow, So
invest in yourself.
That's the way I look at it. Maybe not when I'm swiping the card, but maybe that's the only way I can execute this full swipe. So yeah, it's been cool. That's a cool pedal. If you're a musician listening to this podcast or watching it, go out and get yourself one of those.
What's it called?
It's called the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. It's pretty neat. I'm stoked about it. So then it doesn't have to, bring a big cabinets or anything like that for my electric guitar. It's a nice amp modeler and effects pedal all in one. So it's pretty neat. I'm stoked.
We're not paid to say any of that.
Yeah, this is not an ad for that machine.
The toy is genuine.
Exactly.
Shout out to Sweetwater and our rep Brian.
That's a cool perk. I like them guys. But yeah, what else? What else we got going on?
A few surprise shows during the winter.
Yeah.
We're not announcing those yet.
Yeah. That's under wraps for right now. We're keeping it.
Working on some things and just already working on Carly's show for next summer and growing that. Keeping it interesting. And hoping to incorporate the band some more next summer.
Yeah, that's something we really didn't talk much about yet is I started a band. If you know, we are obviously up in the Northwoods for the summer, and it was really great to connect and network with several other musicians up there, and it's been really fun getting to know them and play some music. As a solo musician who does the loop thing, I have spent hours and hours and hours playing by myself, so it was nice to add in some flair, and we were at the...
This keeps it interesting.
Yeah, oh yeah. And so we formed a band. It was kind of cool. It was formed spontaneously, an open mic actually. So, and I already had a gig that day. We just kind of decided, let's rally, let's go out, let's do it. And went out to...
Was that the Big Dipper?
The Big Dipper.
So that was part of why we went. It was like, well, it's always fun out there, and they always take great care of us.
Shout out to Thor and Katie, owners of the Big Dipper.
Yeah, we love them. And it was kind of a last-minute gig they had thrown together. I think their band had canceled for that night.
Something like that, yeah.
Saturday night. They have music every night of the week that they're open.
Yeah, that's right.
So Saturday's like, yeah, I think someone had to cancel, so they did an open mic. And we're like, well, let's head over there because...
And you made a post. You're the one who really initiated all of that.
Yeah, I did. I was like, we're going for sure. Okay, I'm posting it. We can't back out. We can't just stay home. Because that's like after a show and you get home and you sit down, you just want to chill.
Who else goes home and the moment that they get home, they like get into their pajamas and they're like, yeah, I ain't going out anymore. And that was kind of, I was like, I can't take these jeans off because if I take these jeans off,
we got to rally.
We are not going out. But yeah, no, we went back out.
We did. And then, so with open mic, the etiquette is kind of like, there's typically someone who's maybe running the open mic, an MC that you have, but otherwise you just come and go. You know, you're not expected to stay any certain amount of time. You can just come, sign up, and when it's your turn, play. And if you want to stay or go, whatever.
Especially with these open mic jams, though, too, because it's like, it's different than just, if you want to play up there by yourself, that's great. That's cool. Like, that's welcomed. But if you want to go up and, like, jam, too, so you get people who are bassists, you get people who are drummers, all sorts of different harmonica players. You know, you get all sorts of other musicians who come together and, like, yeah, what song are we playing? And you know, we don't know the song per se. Like somebody who obviously who's singing it should know what the words are, but otherwise it's kind of like, oh, we're playing the 1-4-5, let's do it. Like,
well, it's cool. So we arrive about 20 minutes after I had started, thinking, you know, it's a pretty leisurely thing.
Right.
And we
fashionably late.
And I'm like, I don't hear any music going inside. And so we walk in and there was a table of probably 8 people at least. Yeah. And they're like, oh, Carly's here. They cheered. And the most interesting thing was, like, we didn't necessarily recognize them.
Not a single soul.
But they must follow Carly's page. And so they were excited that we were there. And then we found out there was only a drummer and a bassist. And so they were kind of waiting for Carly to show up.
Yeah, they're like, we don't have anybody to start.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, let's get a drink and let's get started.
Yep. That was fun. That was a nice feeling. You know, we talked about how... last episode, how we gained quite a bit of notoriety. A lot of us were calling us
the Big Dipper Band.
Well,
what do you mean?
How you and I though were pretty notorious around town and locally famous almost.
Well, Carly's recognized, and then once they know who I am and my pink hair,
it's hard not to notice your pink hair. Are you kidding? So yeah, when we walked in, that was a good feeling, and so yeah, we got up there and played a few songs, and then it kept getting like. The engagement with the crowd was just more and more and more. And I don't drink on a normal basis. I might have a drink here or there. So that night I was just feeling the moment. I had a few drinks and, you know, just got like in the moment and I got loose. And it was funny. I was having so many out of body experiences. I was telling you this then too, the night afterwards.
Well, as a bystander in the situation, the crowd, it was electric in there.
Oh my God, was it? Yeah.
It was just like...
that place was packed.
On fire, yeah.
As the night went on, like, people were texting, like, other people that weren't there, and, like, the door was just, like, coming in, like, standing room only. And, I mean, like, yeah, it's great for a Saturday, you know. I expected it to be busy, but this place was, like, shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. We were just jamming, you know, doing our thing, having fun, and, you know, one point I look back at the drummer who is also the owner, Thor, and I'm like, did you ever think it would be like 11:30 or whatever? And he looks at me with like these wide eyes.
No, we got there at 8:20.
8, yeah, and he's like, holy crap, man, like some of my best paying bands can't even hold a crowd this long. And we were just like, we weren't even close to being done.
And his dad was going to leave before you guys even got started. And then he was still there at the end.
Yeah, he was there.
So much fun.
Grinning ear to ear, man. It was fun.
See him back there.
Yeah. I brought my Detroit side out. That was incredible.
So yeah, in the middle, there was like a little break time. We were hanging out, taking a little break. And somebody was like, oh, there's a guy inside who wants to rap. He wants to rap Eminem.
It's open mic.
And Carly's from Detroit. And she's like, bet. Sweet. So they come back from break. And she has the band start playing
Lose Yourself.
Immediately. That's
what he wanted to rap, too.
Yeah, that was what he wanted. So we found out who the guy was and everything prior. And so she starts this. And so she calls him out and says, if you had one shot, one opportunity.
I go through the whole thing. And like, I'm like trying to egg him on to get on stage and like take over. And I'm just like going with the guitar too. And, you know, Thor's back there with a nice beat. And it was quintessential, honestly. It was so much fun. And I'm having an out of body experience because like, I know this song. I always perform it 100%. You know, I know all the words. Not always. But that evening, I was like, several times throughout the evening, I'm like singing words and they're coming out of my mouth. But like I'm out of body watching myself, thinking to myself, how are you remembering all of these words? And how is this going so well? And are you seeing this right now? Like it was so much fun.
Yeah, so the guy, he refused.
No.
No, absolutely not.
He chickened out. That
was okay because Carly was able to take the reins and just continue on, and she did it.
And that whole crowd was like just bouncing, and it just was so much fun. Yeah. I don't think I've had more fun.
Mention the other song that was like that too, that had everybody was up dancing and having a great time, and that I go to almost every single show of yours. I've seen you hundreds of times, literally. And this was a new song. What was it? Tipsy?
No, it was
called Bar Song.
The Bar Song by Shaboozey.
And it had just come out.
Yeah.
We had just been, I mean, I don't know about you. I had just been hearing clips of it on TikToks. Like
I had listened to it once full through because I had heard it on social media.
The whole song.
And I was like, I need to learn this song. It's of course going to fit great into the bar, of course.
I believe when you told them to start playing that song, because it's like at the beginning of every song, it was really cute to see Carly. She was the lead, so she'd be like, okay, this is the song we're going to do. Everybody's cool with that, okay? And then she'd have to check in with each person, like tell them what key it was in or whatever, like
what chords were playing.
Or that everyone was on the same page, and then get started and everything. And she was doing the bar song, and I'm like, why? I'm like, you don't need that song. You know that.
You get so worried for me, but sometimes I do surprise you.
That time you definitely surprised me.
That whole night was surprising to me. I don't always feel comfortable in that realm, like in that space. Like I do like to play music and I do like to jam with other folks, but I don't ever want to be, I don't know how to say it, just like I don't ever want to be a queen in that way. Like I don't know. I don't take that.
Yes, Carly's like an entertainer, but she's not a huge personality.
Like I'm not a diva.
She's not one of those, you know, loud, obnoxious. Okay, not everyone that's loud is obnoxious, but she's not one of those big, huge personalities that's always like, obviously she plays music. She's always trying to be in the limelight. Like she's really not.
I really like just to be chill. I'm down to earth. And so like,
she just loves playing music and good at it. And so, you know,
that's something I need to work on though. If I want to like go somewhere, is I need to develop this personality. And I think that this kind of can showcase that there, that I'm just down to earth. I'm really easygoing. So to do that was interesting. I fell into this spotlight almost, and it was, you know, as much as it was a band, you know, I was leading for the first time, and in that respect, I was feeling it. I was having a good time. So we did that a few times. We played a few shows together, and I'm part of the wave party at Bruce's Pub on Labor Day, and they had me play music. And this year they asked, like, can you bring the band? After they saw videos, because we posted about it online, and it was just electric. People were like, holy crap. So the next Saturday that we were over there, they're like, hey, can you bring the band? So we worked something out, and yeah, we did the Labor Day wave party for them, and that was the first time that a lot of us had played. You know, there was a few other members that had joined, and that's what I like about the Big Dipper band is that like it's just a revolving door of
super set group. It's just like, you know,
of talent, so talented musicians, you know, like, and you just get together, and I think it ignites a creativity in music of all of us, you know, because a lot of us can already do this, you know, and we get so stagnant in like what we're doing that it's fun to
just
a
lot of fun.
Try.
So a few interesting things to point out also is like to talk about the other people in the band for a moment. We have a 75-year-old bassist, named Doug, great guy. We didn't like, obviously he's older, okay, but we didn't know for a while how old he was, and we at 75, like, I was shocked.
Me too. Honestly, he can kick it like with some of the best bassists I've ever played with.
He has to drag that big ass speaker, or what is it, an amp? Or
yeah, big speaker.
And then Thor on the drums. He's a great guy. He owns the Big Dipper. That's where this all formed and started. He's got a great thing going over there, especially if you love live music or even if you just love good food, like
the food there.
Park Falls, Wisconsin. The Big Dipper's got it. And then that day we had David from Old Pine Road Band on the electric guitar, just freaking shredding.
Oh, yeah.
Shredding.
That was really cool for me to see, too, because, you know, we've gone to several of the Old Pine shows, and, you know, they do something similar to what I do. So he does loop.
Piece.
Yeah, he does a little bit of looping, and so that's
typically on an acoustic.
And so, but he has a 3-piece with a stand-up bassist and a mandolin, and, you know, it's really cool to see their group, but then to see him just shred on an electric guitar. I mean, I already have, you know, look up to him as far as his leads go. So it was a really nice touch. And so I think everybody enjoyed his playing that day. You know.
Well, and then also that day we had Emily.
Oh, yeah.
Got vocals. And she's amazing.
She played a little ukulele here, there.
Yeah. It was so cool.
It was fun to just have everybody get together, and we had everybody out dancing on the dance floor. And I can only imagine, you know, the first time that we played together, it's hard to recreate that, you know, like that was magic. There's no other way to put that. And then the next time it's like, you don't want to force it. You do want to still have fun, but then you do have some thoughts there of like, you want to be perfect and you want to like make it right. But if you work too hard on trying to make it perfect, then like you lose the magic. And so like, it was just fun to just get together and, you know, let loose a little bit and play with all these other musicians. And so that Labor Day again, it was the most similar to that very first day, just because we were, again, having not played together before, having all of those moments come together, you know?
Yeah, like a lot of those people have played together maybe at different times, one-on-one or whatever here and there, but it's like all of you 5 playing together, that had never happened before and hasn't happened since.
Right, it's magical. Totally.
So that was really cool. I know a lot of people there have seen you play solo a lot, and they commented about how much fun they could tell you were having and how great that was, and it was a great experience.
And I mean, that's not to say that I don't have fun doing my solo shows, because I do.
You don't have to do all the heavy lifting.
I don't have to do everything. And I think that's, like, I really prided myself off of, like, coning down how long it takes me to set up loop, because I lose people. And, like, recently I have come into contact with people who are like, I really love watching you set everything up. And that, for a long time there, that wasn't the vibe.
Oh, they were saying, why don't you sing more? What, you know?
They didn't understand it, because maybe you don't see the pedal on the ground. Like, maybe I'm in a venue where you can't see what I'm doing, and then they just think that I'm playing karaoke or playing to a backing track, and like, she's not even,
oh, she's not even really singing. Oh, she's not even playing guitar. Look, she's strumming right now, but you hear the guitar. She's not even actually playing, and it's just like, you couldn't be any further away from the facts right now, because she's doing everything. She's creating every note you hear coming out, you know, starting with the percussion and just,
and it's so much easier to play with the band and then not have to worry about all of those things. And I can literally just give more in my voice, or give more in my guitar, or give more to the entertainment value of it. Because that's like something that I'm struggling with, is like, I'm playing the guitar and I want to dance around a little bit. And so, like, if you've seen some of my live shows recently, like, I've now started using like a wireless mic, and so like I'll take the clip, the mic out of the clip so that I can like walk around, because like people need to see it moving. Like it's just everybody nowadays is like, because of the advent of our phones, and we're like, we need instant gratification. We also like need things to be like quick. We can't.
Right. So you lose some people in that buildup.
Yeah, like I can't spend.
And I think especially if they don't understand what's going on.
Right.
Otherwise, they could maybe find it more interesting. Like the people who get it seem to find it interesting.
Right. So I'm trying to find a happy medium there. But
you can be a lot faster, I think, with setting it up.
Well, especially with my newest loop pedal. I upgraded this earlier this year to the Ed Sheeran Looper X. Again, not a sponsor, but I do love it.
Love it, love it.
And it's really afforded me the ability to make that time shorter. And so I really do enjoy that. And, you know, I love what I do, but I really did enjoy jamming with some folks and taking some of the heat off of myself in respect to like having to, you know, be all the noise. So yeah, it's been cool. Big Dipper Band is cool. We're hopeful this next summer to book a few more shows, and you know, that's something I want to do more of next summer, is play a little bit more with the band. And you know, in respect, I also want to play some more private shows. So if you are watching or listening and you are interested in a private show by yours truly, hit your girl up, Facebook, or you can send me an email, info@carlydavidson.com. But yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's music has always been kind to me. You know, in the way that we do it. It's like, yeah, I don't do it 12 months out of the year. I gave you a chance to, you know,
thing you're doing all the time. It's gonna just,
you're
gonna get sick of it,
right?
And it's gonna lose the fun and the. So I think this keeps it spicy, keeps it fun, keeps it fresh, like always evolving.
I get excited then to play music too. You know, I don't dread it.
Gives the people a chance to miss you, so then when you are around, they're showing up for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's a great feeling.
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Stop.
We need to be, you know, working on some more of the merch stuff, and new ideas there is what we need to be doing.
We will.
We'll get there. Yeah, what's next?
Question.
That is a great question.
What is next? Well, tonight we're doing an open mic in Eureka Springs.
Yeah, that's exciting.
By me, I mean you.
Yeah, I'm excited to go downtown again and get to.
It's a super cool place if you guys ever have a chance.
I was pleasantly surprised, really, with the way that Eureka Springs has treated us and ended up being. You know, it's one of those things where you don't know until you know. So, yeah,
cool place. Everyone just
lots of history.
Yeah. We never went on one of those spooky tours.
We need to go on one of those ghost tours.
So
I think we can make time for it. Maybe Friday.
Okay. Yeah. See how you're feeling.
I'll feel fine to walk. It'll be all right. See how you're feeling. Heather's getting another tattoo. Although she's not finishing her tattoo on her right leg, she booked with another artist for her left leg. But it'll be much smaller and she'll be able to do it. I have full and total faith in you. But you are crazy.
Yeah.
So,
well, we already knew that.
I genuinely was like, I cannot believe that she was having a consult with the artist while she was getting blasted on her right leg.
And struggling.
And like in so much pain.
I had already opened that can of worms the day prior.
You did?
With her.
You're going to call it a can of worms. I understand. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. I'd already started that. And I'm going to continue on.
It's going to be beautiful. These artists are incredibly talented.
Yeah, I found someone else in the shop because there are like at least, 6 other artists there or something?
Something like that, yeah.
And they're all talented and they all specialize in their own thing. And there was one that was especially cool and it worked out.
So we'll see if you can walk on Friday and then we'll go do our ghost tour.
I'll be able.
But yeah, for now, not tomorrow, this evening, we'll go to
Eureka
Springs. We're going to get a pizza.
And
I'm hungry.
Mike.
I'm so hungry.
They have great pizza, seriously.
Just hungry thinking about it.
I know.
But yeah, if you ever get the chance to go to the Ozarks, we came at an interesting time. You know, it was the end of fall here, beginning of fall, something like that.
Fall.
End of the colors for sure. It was beautiful driving in, and now all the colors are pretty much gone, and we're looking at empty trees. But it was cool. That drive's beautiful. I can't imagine how hot it is in the summertime, though. Muggy. But
staying at the farm, if you know that venue.
Yeah.
What, the Hillberry
Music Festival and something else too.
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued to see and come back during one of those music festivals.
That would be cool.
That would
It's like the first weekend in May. We may be able to do that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I wonder who's playing. We'll have to look in.
We'll have to look into it.
Tell them book Old Pine Road Band.
That would be cool.
That's what we tell everybody, by the way.
Yeah. I was handing out their CDs the other day.
Yeah.
And
we left some at Route 51.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's so cool. It's just really great to be able to network with other musicians and go across the country and, share that. I really truly believe that, we don't get anywhere by ourselves. It's a group effort and, a grassroots effort. So I'm happy to, spread their love and positivity through their tunes by, vice versa.
We should tell them about the Gasoline Gypsies too.
Yeah.
Great for Hillberry.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
Now that would be a show I would love to see. Oh my God.
Because I'm like, if this isn't already planned, I have some ideas.
Right? I think we just need to get a property and throw our own festival.
No, that's true. That would be cool. Yeah. I don't want it to get too big, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, those are great guys too.
Yeah. Shout out to the Gasoline Gypsies.
Mm-hmm. I was just listening to Mud in the Water. That one's constantly in my head. I know why. I was going to say I don't know why, but I know why. It's a great song.
Yeah.
So it's one of those tunes that I feel like everybody can resonate with. So, yeah, life is good.
I like Freaks and Non-Believers.
Yeah, that one's good too.
That resonates.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there making good music that you haven't heard of. And same goes for us. Lots of people out there that we haven't heard of yet.
Oh, for sure.
We love discovering new music, especially when we get to meet the people and then watch them play and just like, oh my God, we're like so happy that we found you and that you're out here and you're doing your thing and you're sharing your gift with everyone. And how cool. How cool.
It's really cool to be able to meet them too and just be able to hang out with them and
I guess also
watch them grow.
It's like, listen, I go to Carly's show all the time. It's great.
I don't know how you're not sick of me by now.
I'm not sick of you. I'm like, I need to just be in the band at this point, though, because I know all your inflections. I know all your songs. I know all the little things you do. I know. I get it. So it's like, I'm going to have to weasel my way in there sometime.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just great. Just wonderful. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
But it's nice for me to spice it up and see some other bands and keep it interesting and gives you some fresh ideas and takes on things. And sometimes it's nice to enjoy music with you and not just from you.
That's true. I, for a long time, fell victim to like the work, gig.
Out to see other people play music. So,
and I just, for years, I mean, even when we were living full time in Detroit, like we
had so much going
on, but we didn't take time. Like we went to a few like bigger concerts, but it wasn't a
regular basis.
No,
not like the locals.
That's what I loved about the summer. This last summer was just having the ability to like play a show and then go out to another show if possible.
Or maybe you were opening for somebody or vice versa.
Yeah.
We got to see them just by being there.
Yeah, that's something I've actually as a pro from COVID was that like now shows start a little bit earlier, and so. Certain shows do, and so...
Well, in the Northwoods, it's different, too, because it's like a touristy area.
Right, and so they might have a couple of different bands playing, an earlier and a later set, and so it gave us the opportunity to...
It gives them that edge over other restaurants that aren't having music,
for sure.
That little something extra if they're looking for it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's a good time. We love it up there. You guys should plan your trip up there next summer around Minocqua, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Lots of great places. Lots of things to do and see.
Yeah.
Come visit. Partake in the music scene.
I enjoy it up there.
It was a good time for us this past summer, and we're already looking forward to the next.
Yeah. I started booking, like I was saying, starting in May. So if you are in the area again, looking for a place a person to play at your place.
Mm-hmm.
Hit your girl up.
It's your gal.
I'm your gal. But
what do you think? Do we have anything else to catch up on while we're here?
I think we're good. This has been our second episode. It's been fun. It's been real. I hope that you guys are enjoying listening and watching us figure out our way out through this podcast.
Yeah, give us your feedback. Let us know. We changed the backdrop a little. Hopefully it's more interesting. We got some different camera angles going that we can filter through or switch things up a little bit. And
yeah, it's all a learning process.
Give us your feedback. Yeah, we're just trying some different things. We're exploring.
Well, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, sounds great. You have anything else to add?
I don't think I do. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been the second episode of Stories from the Pink Bus. I am Carly.
And I'm Heather.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.